Today we're going to go over 3 different flamenco footwork techniques that all dancers begin with from the absolute very beginning. And I'm going to teach you how to do it properly so that you protect your knees. I am Rina Orellana and I'm a professional flamenco dancer with over 25 years of experience. I also have the Online Flamenco Studio, the place to learn flamenco online for technique, choreography, and flamenco theory from new beginners all the way through advanced dancers. You can click the links below for your free 10-day trial and check out all the other resources that I have available as well. So let's begin. So the first thing you need to learn before we go into any footwork is proper placement. You want to make sure that your knees are always going over your toes. So if you turn in, if you supinate, or if you supinate, that would be turning out. If you turn out, then your knees kind of go out. If you pronate, then your knees kind of go in. And if you do any footwork in that position, you're going to hurt your knees, and we can't have that. So you want to start getting accustomed to when you have your shoes on and you just bend your knees, that making sure that your knees are going over your toes. So you might have to lift up those arches slightly just to kind of build that muscle and to be able to naturally stay in that position. Okay. So our first technique that all flamenco dancers start off with footwork is golpe, and that is flat. Now with that, you want to make sure that the movement starts from behind. And what I mean by that is that you are not lifting up the knees to do it. You're coming from behind, kind of like you're sliding into home base. Okay, so when you're doing that, you want to relax your knees. You don't ever want to be up high. You don't want to lock in. You don't want to go too far low. You just want to relax those knees, belly button in. So engage those abs and make sure that your hips are slightly tucked under. So everything, your core is locked in. Okay, so let's try that. So we have flat, flat, golpe, golpe. Okay, the second technique is planta. That's the ball of the foot, planta. So it's the same idea as the golpe in that it comes from behind and that you are not lifting the knees to get that. You don't want to do that. You're coming from behind. And it's just the ball of the foot, the ball of the foot. So the heel is slightly up. Okay, and now the third technique is tacón. That's the heel. Now here, again, you want to keep those knees relaxed and the ball of the foot is firmly planted on the ground. So you're not lifting up the toes. You want to keep those toes on the ground. Okay, so there you have it. You have the 3 techniques: golpe, planta, ball, and tacón, the heel. So let's do a little combination now. We are just going to do, go back and forth between golpe, tacón, planta, tacón, okay? So we have an golpe, tacón, golpe, tacón. Again, so we have flat, heel, flat, heel, flat, heel, flat, heel. Again, flat, heel, flat, heel. And now let's try planta, tacón. So we have planta, the ball, tacón. Planta, tacón. Planta, tacón. Planta, tacón. All right, so now let's drill it. We're going to use solo compás, which just means the drum machine, nice and slow, and we're going to alternate doing sequences of flat, heel, flat, heel, flat, heel, flat, heel, and then ball, heel, heel. Let's try that. Here we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. So we'll go flat, heel, flat, and now the ball. So planta, tacón, planta, tacón, planta, tacón, planta, tacón. Okay, now back to the golpe, tacón, golpe, tacón. Now planta, tacón. And now we'll go a little faster. Bam. Okay, belly button in. Okay, planta. Okay, so let's go back to golpe and okay, and now planta. Golpe. Planta. And now we'll go into twos. Golpe, planta. Golpe, planta. Golpe, planta. Golpe, planta. Ole. Ole tú. So we did golpe, tacón, and planta for your first three flamenco footwork techniques. If you want to continue your studies with me in a structured and supportive environment, I invite you to join me inside my Online Flamenco Studio, where I have over 80 courses from new beginners all the way through advanced dancers in technique, choreography, and flamenco theory. And it's a vibrant community with lots of action going on in there with challenges, workouts, live practice sessions, and just a really supportive place to be. So click the link below for your free 10-day trial, and I will see you next time. Adios.